Welcome to a wonderful live stream. Today, I am going to be sharing some of my favorite Easter items and top picks for spring. Let me just make sure that we are on Amazon here. All right. All right. Welcome everyone. I think we are ready. Let me just make sure we can see here. There we go. All right. Wonderful. Thank you everyone for joining live. Thank you for watching the replay. My name is Kathleen Coble, Smart Business Mom here. And today I'm going to be showing you some of my favorite April and Easter items. We are going live here. I'm very excited about this because we're going to be talking about, I'm going to be showing you some of the fun things that I recommend as far as shopping on Amazon. All right. Hi, Christina. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. All right. So we are navigating the technology here, but I think we're good. I think everyone can hear me, and so we're just gonna go ahead and get started here. Let me just fix my technology over here. There we go. All right. So all right, I just want to. All right. Wonderful. Let's get started. Okay, we have Christina here. Wonderful. All right. Sorry, guys. Supposed to go horizontal and now I'm vertical and I'm just trying to get all my tech going here. Wonderful. All right. We got some people watching live. This is very exciting. My name is Kathleen Coble. I'm the Smart Business Mom, and I'm going to be showing you guys some of my favorite Easter and spring items. So if you see me looking off to the side, it's because I'm checking on my Amazon stream here, which I have on a separate little stand here. Like I said, we're testing out the tech here, and I'm going to report back to everyone how this is all going and working. All right, so wonderful. We've got some people on live. I'm just going to go ahead and get started because hi Beth, hi Amber, hi Christina. Wonderful. We've got some people here live, and I am very excited to start going over some of my favorite April and Easter and spring finds. And so I've gathered some fun stuff to show everyone, and we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm pretty sure I can ask you to follow me. If you follow me, then you will be able to see much more of my content on Amazon, and you'll be alerted whenever I do these live streams. And so let's just go ahead and get started. Our first product. So some of my favorite things of spring are flowers, right? And so, some of the best flowers of the season, of course, they're starting to be in season, they're going to be in season. But some of my most favorite flowers of the season are the no maintenance kind, the one that lasts forever. And so I'm going to show you guys some of my favorite Lego flowers, which you can already see in the background here. So let me give you a little bit of a close up. I especially like these orchids for spring. These are really cute. And like you said, one of the best things about these is that you make them, you put them together like any other Lego set, and then they just get to live forever. So these live in the background here forever, and they're perfect in season because they are orchids, and they're so easy to put together. Actually, my son and I love doing these together. They make a really great gift, but also they're really nice for just decor around your house. I mean, I always basically have flowers in my house because I have so many of these wonderful Lego flower bouquets. Hi, Emmy. Thanks so much for joining live. All right, so I'm going to show you as I talk about it here a little bit more. We're going to be testing out some of our technology. And so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to see if this fun little B-roll is going to work here. Let's see here if this takes too long. I promise we won't do any more of these, but I have to try them because, all right, let's see here. There we go. All right. Yeah, I guess this is kind of taking a little while. I suppose I could probably get some assistance here. But so we're just gonna go on
Here's my quick review of
one
the
here.
LEGO
We're
Flower
gonna go
Bouquet
ahead and
building
feature
set.
our
So,
second
despite there being over
Lego bouquet.
750 pieces, they really are.
The sound here. Now this is our second one. These are our Lego succulents, which I just love. You can see my son here putting these together. And let me grab these so I can actually show you in real time here. Here they are. Oh, here we go. Those are some of the other flowers. These are the succulent flowers. And so, like I said, I really love these because so that's another example of one of the bouquets that we have in our dining room. These are the Lego succulent flowers. And like I said, I just really love having these because they last forever. They're so easy to put together and they just look so nice. So I'm going to go ahead and put these back really where they belong, up here in my background. There we go. All right. So if you guys are, thank you. Christina said so cute. Love the succulents. I know, aren't they? They are so cute. And like I said, I just love having them around. They just kind of spruce up the rest of the house. You know, they really do. All right. Let's get back to our full screen, wonderful. All right, so now I want to get into some of our springtime fun and games. These are some nice things for the kids, but before we go there, I am going to highlight this cute little burlap flag. Now, I'm not huge into decorating for every single season here, but I really love this. This is cute, right? Welcome peeps. So it kind of just, I don't have it hanging outside of my house yet because I will say I do recommend that you grab one of the flag holders, right? So you need to make sure you have one of those. But these look so cute, like when you put them outside your home. And like I said, this just made me smile when I saw it on Amazon. So I decided I would try it. And I'm looking forward to kind of watching all the people who walk by my house hopefully just make their day a little bit when they read this cute little flag. So hurry up and grab these. I know there weren't a ton left. So hopefully there's some still left in there. But again, try that out if you're looking for um, some fun Easter decor. And oh yeah, Christine said, peeps, so many memories. I know, right? Do you guys eat peeps or have you eaten, right? Have you eaten peeps? I know I did when I was a kid. I used to love those things and my kids love them now too. So yeah, right. So many memories. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to like all my neighbors walking by and um, yes, every Easter, right? And I bet that not only will they smile and laugh, but they'll remember those peeps that they used to eat for Easter too, right? All right. So moving on to our next item. I love these. I bought these last Easter and we use them for kids' parties. We use them from, the Easter Bunny. And so these are some really fun Play Doh Easter eggs. They come in a pack of 24 and they've got all of these fun colors here. So these are just a few examples of some of the colors. Of course, wonderful Easter colors. Annalyn said, I still eat peeps. You know what, Annalyn? I do sometimes too, like when they're in season, right? When it's Easter time, which is like now, I know they're being sold in all the stores now. So, you know, I know those will end up in Easter baskets in my house, but something else that will end up in Easter baskets are these Play-Doh eggs. And, I'm always looking for something that isn't necessarily just candy. I am not against candy by any means. My kids eat candy, except for one of them. One of them doesn't like candy, but he might grow into that. We'll see. So I'm always looking for stuff that is more practical and more useful to give away for those kiddie parties or even just in their Easter basket. And so these are really fun. Just each one is a different color Play-Doh egg. And so each one does have a plastic wrap on here, if you can see that. And I've just gone ahead and opened this one for ease, right? They're actually kind of hard to open. So if you have young kids, they're not going to be able to just open these and like get into them without your help. So I do really like that. Um, Hi, Lisa. Lisa said my kid would love the Play-Doh. I know my kids do love the Play-Doh. I tell you, it was definitely a hit, especially with the kid classroom parties. Catherine, hi, Catherine. Catherine said, "Smart business mom coming in clutch with spring holiday decor. Thanks for making shopping for the season convenient." Well, thank you for being here, Catherine. I appreciate you being here, and everyone else who is watching live. Thank you for being here. These are just really fun. Like I said, Play-Doh Easter eggs. I don't know. It's like a little bit of therapy too. Like you don't have to just be a kid to want to play with these. So these are really fun. Like I said, all these different colors. So no matter what color your kids like, they're sure to find one. Hi, Susan. Welcome, welcome. All right. So let's see here. What else do we have? I've got some good stuff here. Let me put away my Play-Doh. As soon as my kids saw these, because I was getting ready earlier, right? As soon as my kids saw these, they were like, "Oh, did the Easter Bunny come?" Oh man, I love it. I love it. Except I had to be like, "No, not yet. Remember, these are from last year, right? The Easter Bunny's still coming. Don't worry. Just not right now." Um, all right, so we're gonna move on to some other fun stuff here. Hi, Ricky. Ricky said, "Hi, finally made a live stream. So glad you're here, Ricky." Annalyn said, "You showed the succulents earlier. How much time did it take to put together? I have a Lego set, the sunflowers, and I gave up on it." Ooh, Annalyn. Okay, I'm trying to think. So there are quite a few different like little succulents in here. Let me show you again. Let me put these on here. So for these, the cool thing about these is there's basically like nine little succulents all put together here. And so we just went piece by, we just went one by one. And when I say we, I mean my son, because he loves doing these with me. He loves helping. And I'm trying to remember, I don't remember exactly how long they took, but I would say get someone who loves doing it, right? Because I don't necessarily love putting things together either. I will be honest with you, but I love buying these because of the way they look and because my son loves doing them. And so it's a nice little bonding thing for us. So yeah, I don't know exactly how long, but it didn't take too long. Put on a good movie or listen to some good music, while you're doing them, or just get a kid to help you. I tell you, they love doing it. At least mine do. So thank you again, everyone, for being on here live. If you haven't already, make sure you follow Smart Business Mom. You can see my little sign in the background here. I'm going to show you guys what that is, and everything that you see here on this live stream is obviously here, but it's also in an idea list on my storefront. So if you click through Smart Business Mom storefront, you'll be able to see everything there all in one place too. All right, so let's get back to some of the springtime fun and games. All right, I have some fun games. Like I said, I'm always looking for things other than candy, and just kind of like that stuff that you're going to throw away anyway, right, for the kids and for their Easter baskets. So last year we got this game. It is let's see, are we on it? Yes, the egg and spoon game, right? So you probably remember this game as a kid too, and I just thought this was really fun. So basically you get these different spoons. I think we've got 6 all together here. Yes, we do. Well, that's probably really loud on my microphone here. Okay, but I want to show you guys everything. So we've got, there's 6 spoons. I'm going to toss these down here so I can demonstrate to you how this all works. And I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty excited that all of these are in the package right now. A lot of times our games don't really make it to the next year. So let me just show you real quick here. So here's how it works. It is a fun game. You can have 6 different teams or 6 different players. And what you do is you take this and you make it like an obstacle course, right? And you make them run around, you make them do obstacles, and they have to keep the egg on the spoon. It's just a very simple but fun game that I know my kids love doing. And whew, I almost had a sneeze there, sorry. So my kids love playing these. And actually, initially, what I had purchased this for was a classroom party. And so this was really fun for all the kids. Like I said, they got into teams and just kind of ran around and did obstacle courses with these and made it a little bit more difficult. And like I said, it's just a fun It's just a fun little springtime game. And it's a great Easter basket stuffer because everything fits in this nice little box here. So, all right, let me go ahead and get this stuff out of here so we can move on to some of our next things. If you guys are here and you just joined, I would love for you to tell me that you're here and make sure you follow Smart Business Mom as well so you know when I go live next, and then you'll be able to find my content on Amazon too. All right, we are moving into some of the other fun and games that I've pulled together. And, we talked about Peeps earlier and the nostalgia of Peeps. I have to believe that everyone has played this game, right? The game of life. This is so fun. And I will never forget the first time that I played this with my kids. And they had so many questions, and I didn't really realize all of the questions that came out of the game of life until I played it with my kids for the first time. Like, really good questions like, why should I go to college instead of just getting a job? How many kids should I have? Like, all this good stuff. So, this is, like I said, this is just really fun. It's a nice little Easter gift, not necessarily Easter game, but I bet this is gonna bring back some memories for people here when you see the spinner. Do you guys remember the spinner? Look at this. It spins even better than it used to. Yes. So I love the game of life. And like I said, if you are just looking for a fun night at home, you want to have a board game night or anything like that, or you're just like, my kids have never played the game of life, I promise you will learn something, and you might get some tough questions. So yes, Catherine said, oh my God, I forgot about Life Classic. And yes, Christina said, family games are good memories forever. I completely agree. Christina, actually, my son today at dinner asked if we could have family game night this weekend. And so we're definitely going to carve out some time for that, especially when they want to play with you, right? You've got to take the time when they're young enough and when they still want to spend time with you. So grab the game of life. I love it. I love playing it with my kids, and they are quickly catching on to the strategy. All about it there. So, all right. So one more game that I love, and if you don't know about this game, you really should know about this game, and it's called Left, Right, Center. And like I said, if you've never played this game, basically the way that it works is you have these 3 dice, and everyone takes a turn rolling. You get chips here, and so on your turn, you roll all 3 dice, and whatever chips you have, the dice will tell you what you get to keep and what you have to pass, right? So if you roll, the dot on the dice, then you get to keep your chips that you have, right? If you roll an R, you have to give a chip to the person on your right. If you roll an L, you have to give the chip to the person on your left. And then C, where's that C? You don't want to roll a C because that means your chip goes into the center. And so when all the chips are in the center, or one person ends up with all the chips, that is the winner. Yes, Lisa. Lisa says it's giant. I know there are like travel versions, and actually I'm going to be segueing into travel items next, but this is definitely not a travel item. Don't travel with this, but this is really fun to, again, play with your kids for family game night, or give as a spring or Easter gift. Highly recommend this. They also have travel size ones, like I said, but it's just fun to roll humongous dice. I should take it out and really show you guys how big this stuff is. So these are the chips. Everybody starts with 3, and then you basically roll as many dice as you have chips. Like, look at how big these are. It's like not quite as big as my head, but pretty close. So this is really fun. I love this game. I was introduced to this game at a party, and so I've also brought these to kids' parties. It's fun for kids, it's fun for grown-ups, and I especially like it because we can play kids and grown-ups together, like I said, especially at family parties. So I love that. All right, so we are going to kind of segue into spring break and travel items. So, have you guys gone on spring break yet? Have your kids had spring break yet? Mine have not. I know lots of schools have already had it, but we have some fun plans for spring break, which my kids don't even really know about, but we're going to have fun. But some of my favorite travel items, now, these are things that I never travel without. I just got back from a business trip for work where I was speaking at a conference and I brought all of these things with me. And so I wanted to share these in case you are traveling in April or you have spring break happening for you and your family this month. So these are my favorite sunglasses, like of all time. So I'll put these on. I'm not going to be able to see very much with them on, but there's so many reasons why I love them. They're aviators, right? So they really cover a really good portion of, they cover all my eyes, or, they're nice and wide, right? So it really protects my eyes are very sensitive. So it really protects my eyes from the sun. And sorry, my phone keeps going off every time I look over here. Yes, Catherine said, hey, in Vegas, I need sunglasses every day. I know. And so I brought these to Vegas with me, and you can probably see my reflection through in here, right? So they're polarized, right? So you can't see my eyes when I have them on. They very much protect my eyes. And yes, in Vegas, it's very sunny. So I always bring these to Vegas, and I'm bringing these, on spring break. And I always keep a set of these in the car. Actually, my husband really likes these too. We have probably 6 pairs of these around our house and in our cars. And so I really like these a lot. They are a great value for what you're getting. And so check these out if you're looking for some great value sunglasses, right? I don't buy name brand and very expensive sunglasses because I will break them, or my kids will break them, or something like that. So these are perfect for traveling, and if you happen to lose a pair, or a pair gets broken, or, like I said, lost, they're very easy to replace, right? So check out those sunglasses if you're looking for that option. Now, something else that I will not travel with, especially since I've discovered this, is this portable travel steamer. And so I am going to demonstrate this very quickly because I think it's worth it, right? So it comes in this nice small bag, right? So this fits in my suitcase really easily, which I love, and it works fantastically. Like I don't really have to sit there and steam my items for a really long time because this just works really well. And like I said, it comes in this nice bag here. It's got great instructions, and it even comes with this piece so that you can set it down when it is hot. All right, so I'm just going to demonstrate it really quick just so you can see how simple and easy it is to use and why it's great for just throwing in your suitcase when you're traveling. So basically, I'm going to plug this in and show you guys. I don't have anything to steam, so I'm just going to show you how it steams real quick. But so I've actually purchased multiple steamers, and the other 2 that I purchased from Amazon ended up kind of pooping out on me. They don't work anymore, and this one has held up probably the longest out of all 3 of the steamers that I have tried. And that's not to say there aren't good ones out there, but like I said, this is nice because you can just set it down here. But it's really super simple. All you do is turn it on. Oh, yeah, let's see. That would help if my power strip was on. Here we go. All right. So simple, turn it on. It's going to take maybe a couple seconds or so. And once it stops toggling back and forth, so these are basically the different settings, right? So you have low, high, and dry. Really simple, really easy to use. And then you can toggle back and forth using this button here. So basically it's on until you turn it off. See, can you already see the steam there coming out? There it is. So when I'm ready, I'm just going to go ahead and toggle right to low. You can bring it up to high. Look at that. And we have dry. So I like low, just to be safe here. You can see See the heat coming out of there, but this works really, really well. And super easy to use, super easy to travel with. And when I'm done, I just set it so that it's on all three, turn it off, and then set it down on here. The water is really easy to replace. The water goes right here. You just take it out here. And yeah, then when you're done, you unplug it, set it off to the side somewhere safe, and put it away once it's all cooled down. All right, I'll put this over here. There we go. All right. Yeah, I cannot travel without that steamer anymore. All right. So let's go on to another travel item that I use and I love every single time. This is the Benevolence plush velvet jewelry travel holder. It is velvet. It feels really nice. And it's got this nice zipper. So everything stays in here, right? There's no risk of anything falling out of here. And one of the great things, so I do have a couple items in here really just to kind of show you how it works. You've got a mirror here, but then you've got this larger space. I like to put my necklaces in here. Over here, we can do earrings, we can do rings. And then I really like this because it pulls down and I can put my earrings here. And then there's also this little pouch. So when I have just, non-dangly earrings and I want to make sure that I'm keeping everything nice and safe, right? This thing is really cool. I actually got a bigger version of it from my mom too. And so when I'm carrying more jewelry, I do have a bigger version of this, but I love it because it just makes it so simple and easy to carry my jewelry around. And this is something that I'll always put in my carry-on. I don't actually check this, especially when I'm bringing, any kind of nice jewelry whatsoever while I'm traveling. It's small enough so that it can stay in my carry-on. And I love it. It's super practical, super simple to use, and I highly recommend it. I've been using it, I don't know, for a couple of years now. I think I bought it like 2 years ago, but I love it. So, hi, Alicia. Alicia said, sorry I'm late. No worries. No worries. Hey, you're here. So I appreciate you being here. We are just going over some of my favorite spring break travel items, whether you are going on spring break or have already gone on spring break, or maybe you're just doing a little traveling. Going over some of my favorite items that I just cannot travel without. Now, the next thing I have here is this small sling backpack. Oh man, this is so practical and easy to travel with because look at how thin this can be. So when there's nothing in it, it is very thin, super easy to travel with. And there's so many great pockets and places to put things. And I love that it's got this crossbody feature, right? So it's right in front of me. Like I said, just super easy and functional. And let me just show you guys all the different pouches we have here. We have this front one. We have like this button pouch here. Okay, so we have one, we have two, we have three, we have four, we have five, we have a zipper pouch in here, okay, and then we have six. We have this nice little, I love this one because this is where I'll keep like my wallet and my phone and my keys and stuff, because then it's like really super secure over there. So yeah, if you're looking for some great storage, but also like, I love that it's black, right? So I can use this when I'm just walking around. I can use this if I'm going out, or especially if I'm going somewhere with the kids. Like it's small enough to hold all my stuff, but it's also big enough to hold kind of anything extra that I may need to be bringing around with me. So check that out if you're looking for a super functional crossbody that has like just amazing storage. Like I said, look at how paper thin it is. And there are 6 different places where you can store things here. So hi, Jen. Jen said loving the travel recommendations. Yes. Thank you for watching. There's been so many times that I've been traveling that I'm like, I just need to put everything together that I always travel with, And so thank you. So yeah, before we move on, I just want to make sure that everyone got the message that you can follow me. Follow me here on Amazon, Smart Business Mom. We're going to do more of these lives, and I've got some fun ones already planned coming up. This is really fun. And, if it's a little clunky right now, it'll get better. But I'm really, each one will have a theme, right? And so this theme I'm really focused on Easter and spring items, which that includes what's going in the Easter basket, but also what are we traveling with? If you're traveling for spring break. So yes, Alicia said I got to get that backpack for my daughter just for everyday life. Totally, you can fit so many things in there, and it's just so incredibly functional. And I love that. So. All right. Oh, look at that. All right. So we are on to, you guys, I forgot this thing in the other room. So while you're following me, I'm going to go grab this thing really quick because it is definitely worth not only knowing about, but traveling with. Hang on one second. I'll be right there. So I left it in the other room because I was testing it. All right. So, thank you for everyone for staying with me here because I have to show you this. I have to show you this Aranet wireless. Oh, look at that! I've even got some love. So this will monitor the air quality in the room that you are in. I'm gonna do a close up of this because I didn't even really realize that these things existed until someone told me about it. I bought one for my home, and it's just been like a game changer because I can always tell the air quality inside my home. And when I travel, I bring this too. And it's just a really smart decision to just have, especially when you're traveling. If you're staying in a hotel room or you're staying in an Airbnb, just being aware of the air quality is super important. And this will tell you, right? This will tell you if you need to open a window, right? This will tell you what the air quality is around you. And so it goes, I want to say it goes up to, I think the highest I've seen it is like 2000, and that'll be in the red, right? So once it gets to about 1,000, we're getting a little high here. And a lot of times, it's from carbon monoxide too, right? So if I talk really close to it, you're going to start seeing probably the numbers going up, or at least, yeah, it used to work like that, unless, my room is just kind of stuck at this rating here. But another thing too I really like about this is that you can there's an app, right? And so you can hook it up to the app, and then you can monitor the air quality throughout the day and leave it in a certain room or bring it to different rooms, whatever you so choose. But like I said, I keep this in my kitchen. So I know when I need to open a window and improve that air quality for myself and my family. But I also love traveling with it, really just for safety. So yes, Alicia said so only influencers can do lives, not associates. I believe it's just influencers. I think you have to be in the influencer program in order to do an Amazon live, but I would double check that. I'm pretty sure you have to be an influencer. So great question though. All right, so we're moving on from, well, this is kind of like spring break travel items, but this item also really is a good segue into some of my favorite useful products. And so let me just hang on, let me grab this because this again was a game changer for me. This is a 4-in-1 pen, okay? And I'm just saying, if you look closely at all that's included in here, it is very resourceful. Yeah, check it out. Make sure you check it out. So I'm going to show you. So it's 4 different things that you can use this in one. Okay, obviously you can use it as a pen, right? That's very useful. You can use it as a pen. It also has this measuring. You can measure, right? So see that? I don't know if that's a little blurry there, if you can see that. So that's function number 2. Function number 3 is a leveler, which is right here. See that? Oh, look, I'm getting levels. So I have used this so many times to just hang up pictures because when I use the larger levels, I have to hold that while I'm like holding the picture. So this is the perfect tool for hanging pictures straight, because what I do is I just set it right on top of the picture. Like, so for example, right, I would just set it right on top of there while I'm like measuring, whether I'm doing command strips or I'm doing a nail in the wall. You put this right on the picture, and every single time it will guarantee that your picture is going to be straight. So like for that reason alone, this is worth it. But then, so that's use number 3. Use number 4, look at this. Your screwdriver, right? And it's both options here. So, I mean, this is an amazing tool to travel with because it pretty much covers most of the basic tools, that you would need when you're traveling. But also, I travel with this in my purse because I've just found it to be super, super useful. I mean, everyone needs a pen, right? But what about a ruler and a screwdriver and a leveler? I mean, check this out if you are interested. I love it. And like I said, it's definitely worth it. I'm pretty sure I can say that. It's worth it. Okay, so that is one of my most favorite, very useful products. This is another very useful product that helps make my life a little easier. But we're also going to kind of segue into some lighting and creator gear. So we have, I'm sure we have some people on here who already follow me and came here to not only see some of the items that I recommend, but I want to show you guys some of the things that I'm doing as far as being a creator, right, with this lighting and with my video and kind of the things that are going on in the background. I always wonder, like, what are they using? What are they doing? So I'm going to show you guys some of the things that I am using. And if you are brand new and you just joined, if you follow me here on Amazon at Smart Business Mom, you will be alerted when I do lives, and you may see some of my content sprinkled throughout Amazon as you browse around. So let me show you guys this cool cinema light box that I have here. All right. So as you can see, it's got my brand name on here. I can move these around. I can mix and match. It actually came with a whole bunch of different letters, and we've even got some symbols here. So let me just show you. Basically everything that it comes with. So you've got letters, you've got numbers, you got a few different symbols here, and it says, 3 rows with 8 tiles. And so that's kind of, if you want to check this out and kind of pre-plan, right? That's everything that's included. There's a couple different ways that you can use it. So it's really easy. Actually, you just slip these in and out here. Super easy, but there is like this tiny little piece here that will help to keep them in. So they do kind of slide slightly, but that makes it really easy to take them in and out. And yes, yeah, look, we got 8 there. There's also a couple different ways that you can actually use this. So right now the setting I have it on is it is rotating different colors. Okay, you can see that it's going from yellow to green, and now it's going to go to blue. So if you want something in the background of your videos that really highlights your brand name, this is just a super simple but fun solution to be able to do that. And the way that it works here is there's this button, super easy. There's literally one button. I love products that have one button because you can only do so much with it, right? So in order to turn it off, you hold it down, okay? Then to turn it on, you click it once, and that brings you to just the white light setting. And if you click it a second time, now we have the colors, and it's going to start rotating the different colors here. So I think this is pretty cool. It also, you have the option. So I have batteries in here right now, but there is a plug as well. So you don't have to use batteries if you don't want to. I like using batteries because it makes it, I don't have to see that ugly cord, but you most certainly can just plug it in so you don't have to constantly be using batteries here. So yes, Catherine says that's adorable, like the versatility yet easy to use. Yeah, totally agree. It is a really fun way just to have some nice lighting in the background of your videos. Yes. Alicia said I started following you as soon as I had watched your interview with Sean Cannell from Think Media. Oh, yay! Thanks, Alicia. I love Sean and his podcast and the Think Media and everyone on that team. I can't say enough great things. So if you guys don't know who Sean Cannell or Think Media is, check him out for sure. I can't, promote because we're on Amazon, but check out Sean Cannell and Think Media, especially for things like video tips, for sure, for sure. Honestly, it's where I am learning lots of my video tips. I know Amazon video, but I'm learning about other videos, and he's been such a huge help. So, yes, love him. Is his book for sale on Amazon? Yes, Sean Cannell's book is on Amazon. I don't have it linked in here, but I do have it linked in one of my other idea lists. It's it is, oh man, I have it on Audible. I don't have the actual book, which is why he's not on my idea list here, but I think I will his actual book, because I have some books here at the end that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. Yeah, he's fantastic. Check him out on Amazon. He's got an amazing book. So, all right. Let me go to our next thing. So I'm going to show you guys kind of some of the behind the scenes, some of the creator items that I'm using. And so I get a lot of questions about what kind of like tripod do you use? What kind of stand do you use? And so I use this thing. Oh, I don't know how I got the fireworks here, but I've been using this thing for a couple years now, and this is, gosh, this is what I usually have. So if anyone's in my course, right, you've probably seen the way that I use this, and it is, first off, it's like really tall. Okay, so I can't even get this whole thing in the shot. But basically what you do is it goes up, it goes down, right, and then you put your phone in here. Okay, and then you can also go like this, right? So just to kind of give you a visual, right? I have my phone and another tripod here next to me. So I can't exactly show you. Should have planned that better. However, this is how I film a lot of my videos, right? I stand this tripod up, I put my phone in here, right? And then I, use the item, right? I use the thing here. But one of the really cool things about this particular tripod, so here you can do it so that your phone goes in here horizontally. You can do it so that your phone goes in here vertically. Like I said, this is just the best tripod ever. And I'm going to show you why, because when I'm done with it, and look, so it actually truly is, right, a tripod. And then you can hook this up to Bluetooth. And so this is actually I can pull this out, I believe. I don't use this a ton, but basically you can hook this up. And so you can use this as a remote to start your video when it's on here, right? So let's say you are like doing a video like this, right? I could use that remote to just turn it on. Yes. Instead of using my hand. Okay. So now I'm going to show you the reason why I actually love this here, because I should have put this in my travel items. So it really shrinks down quite a bit, but then it shrinks down all the way. So this thing is super simple to travel with. This is how big it is. Okay. So it went from that huge long tripod to this. I literally take this wherever I go. If I'm going to do any kind of content creation in my house or outside of my house, this thing is coming with me, because if it's not, I always am disappointed in how my footage turns out, because this makes it so easy. Another thing you can do too is you can use this as a selfie. So basically you push this thing and it releases to be able to, pull the rest of this out. Another thing you can do is just, kind of use it as like a selfie stick, right? And you can, just use it like this, right? So there's so many different ways you can use a tripod. You can hold it. You can use it all these different ways. So I really love this thing. Like I said, this is the tripod that I recommend for any creator, whether you're making videos for Amazon or anywhere else. This is a really cool item. I probably need to buy some more of these so I can just keep them around places. So if you guys are watching somewhere else, make sure you check out my idea list. So everything that's featured in this live here is on an idea list to make it easy for you to just be able to find all these things in one organized spot here. All right, so the next thing, this thing is so cool, and I'm gonna ruin my lighting so that I can show you, what it is. So you can see that I have, my Smart Business Mom sign back here, but I also have another light that's hiding behind my bookshelves, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly what it is and how it works. All right, so that is what this thing looks like. I'll go like this here. It's kind of awkward to show you guys on the camera here, but I want to show you exactly how it works. So we're going to turn it off here for a minute. All right, so super simple to use. Like I said, I love things that only have like 1 or 2 or even 3 buttons here. Basically, we have our on button, we have our mode button, and then we have the dim button. Basically, the modes will turn it from, I'll show you the different modes, and then dim, you can decide how light or bright you want this to be. All right, so let's go ahead and turn it on. The other thing too is this also has an app, so you can use this and control it from your phone as well. I'm not going to show you guys that because I have my phone on the live stream right next to me, but here's how it works. So we're going to go ahead and turn it on. All you do is just simply hold down the on button. All right. So then one cool thing here is we go to mode, right? So this first mode, very similar to what I have going on with my other light over here, is changing colors. So if you want the changing color mode, you can do that. You can also turn it to just white, right? Or you can turn it to a color. And so you can decide any of these colors just simply by moving this. And you can see the kind of color key right here. So as I move this, it is giving me different colors, which you probably can't see because I'm a little bit too close here. Here, we'll go like this. All right. Yeah, so you can see it's going from green, teal, now I got on blue. So you can really change the color of your background, right? Now I've got it on purple, right? So this thing is really cool because it's really lighting up the background. And I've always wondered how creators do this. And so after a little bit of research, this was the product that was recommended to me. And so I've got to recommend it to others as well because I think it's really cool how it works. Actually, I think I'm going to get a second one so that I can really balance out, both sides of my office here when I'm doing filming like this. I'm going to go ahead and put this back, but this is cool. Oh, and then, right, we have the dim, right? So we can dim it, right? Or we can make it brighter. So check that out if you're looking for a fun backdrop or a fun light for, kind of your background. Let's see. Should I leave it on purple? What color should I put it on, you guys? Put it on blue. We'll put it on orange, since that's the color of the channel we're on here. I'm just going to go ahead and put it right back here. All right. I've only got a few more items for you guys. So let's go ahead and finish up here. All right. So usually when I do my live streams is during the day, and right now it is night. Oh, that light does not look as good as it did before because I messed with it, and now I'm going to mess with this other one. So what I have highlighted right here now is my 2-pack of LED video lights. And so I'm going to show you one of them. I actually have one in front of me here, and I have one to the side over here. So I'm just going to briefly show you kind of how these work because it's going to mess up my lighting here too. So, all right. Let me show you the easiest way here. So we're just going to angle up a little bit here so you can see. Oh, I didn't mean to do that thumbs down here. All right, so these come in a 2-pack. I really like these because, like I said, they come in a 2-pack. They are fully adjustable, right? So the height can be fully adjustable. Let me just, they do plug in, right? They don't run on battery. So I like that they plug in. Every single part of this is adjustable though, including the actual light here. So I can move this, I can rotate it, and really adjust it to make it the best angle lighting for whatever filming I'm doing. And it is on a tripod down here. Now the way that we are using it, see if I can get this close enough. Here is the little remote here. So on and off, obviously, very easy here. Turn it on, turn it off. Then we have the different lighting settings. So depending on your mood, right, you can change the light. You can see warm light, cool light, right? So whatever kind of vibe you're going for with your video. And then you can also, then there's a plus and a minus. So we can make it super bright, or we can dim it down a little bit. And you can see it's very different, right? Depending on how I'm setting these lights. So there's a bit of a learning curve with these, but there's lots of great videos out there, including on the listing. So if you're interested in grabbing some good video or some good lights for your videos, make sure you check these lights out. All right, I'm going to fix my... All right, wonderful. We still have quite a few people on live. I'm going to fix my my light over here because I don't like the way that it looks right now. Let me fix it to how I had. I will say I think one of the things I spent the most time on preparing here is was the lighting. And so I want to make sure that, there we go. All right, let's see if this does what I want it to do. There we go. Okay, that's so much better. All right, hopefully that's a little easier on your eyes too. Okay, so like I said, we've just got a few more things here. We showed you the lights. Okay, so the last light that I have to show you guys. So lots of lights. We have lots of lights going on here tonight. And this light you can't probably see because it's like my backlight. However, this is my favorite ring light. I'm using it for a backlight right now only because it's just the one light. It wasn't quite bright enough to be to do what I wanted it to do for the video. But so many great features about this. Okay, so first off, on off, super simple to use. You can also go much brighter. You can also dim it down. Okay, the other thing is same with the other lights, right? You can kind of choose your color. It's not, I wonder, I don't know if you can quite see the color changing as much as I can. Oh, probably because it's not, there we go. There we go. Yeah, so you can kind of see the different colors. And like I said, this is my favorite ring light because it fits perfectly with my phone, right? My phone can go in here, just prop up. There's also a leveler here, so I know that my phone is level when I have it in here. And then we've got a tripod on the bottom, and it fully extends all the way down. I just have it, I have it on the floor, which is why it's so close to the ground, but it does stand up. So you can do filming while you're standing up because it will be that tall. All right. So that is my last lighting item. I know that's a lot of lights, but you know, as we do more videos and more live streams, lighting is the right lighting is so necessary so that your viewers can see you, so that your customers can see the products that you're showcasing. And so it's really important to make sure that you have great lighting. All right. If you are still here, or maybe you just popped in, I would just love it if you would follow me here on Amazon at Smart Business Mom. Then you will get alerted when I do my next live stream, and hopefully when I, create some more content. I love that Amazon is always testing where they put our videos and our content on here. So make sure you follow me if you don't already. I would be so grateful. All right, and we have our last section of items. My favorite, spring spring items I went through, and these are the last ones. And I think, especially coming into spring, it's so important to make sure that you are practicing your self-care, right? And whether that's, going for a quick walk or taking a long bath, it's really important to make sure that you stay in the right mindset, to be positive, right? And to really be able to thrive for this Easter and spring season. So I have some of my favorite book recommendations. I'm always reading or really listening to audiobooks. And so I have to go ahead and share some of my favorites. And the first one I'm going to start with is selfishly my book. So if you don't know, I am an author now. My book is called The Unconventional Business Model: Earn More, Work Less, and Build a Life You Love. It is all about how to do just that, how to create a business model around your lifestyle instead of the other way around. Because I know so many people and so many of us entrepreneurs, right? We build our businesses and we have our side hustles and we just work and work and work until one day we're like, what are we doing? Our businesses are running our lives and we don't have time for our families, and we don't, and we're not in the right place where we want to be. So this book is all about how can you really not only get in tune with some of the more unconventional business models, right? We're taught we need to go to school and get a good job and get married and buy a house and right. And, work till we retire. And then, this really challenges that, in that there are so many different ways that you can make money with an unconventional business model, which again works around your lifestyle and not the other way around. So whether you're still in your 9 to 5 or you're a full-time entrepreneur, this book is going to give you motivation, it's going to give you inspiration, and then it's also going to give you some of my lessons and some very personal stories as to how I learned really my unconventional business model and kind of how I got to where I am today, and doing everything that I'm doing. So I highly recommend it. Of course, I wrote it, so I have to recommend it. I have it in paperback. There's also a hardcover version. There's a Kindle version. And the Audible book is currently pending. So as soon as it gets approved by Amazon, the audiobook will be available very soon. Hopefully by the time you guys are watching this replay, if you go visit the listing page for The Unconventional Business Model, you will be able to see the audiobook version on there very soon. So, oh, wonderful. Yeah, thank you. Catherine said, highly recommend this book. I know Catherine has read it. Thank you, Catherine, for your glowing recommendation as always. And Alicia said, I'm getting that ring light. Yes, getting that ring light. I love this ring light. Like I said, it's only in the background right now because I wanted to be able to show it to you guys. Yeah, my ring light and my tripod selfie stick. Those are the two things that when I'm creating content, those things are always with me there. So, all right, we're coming up on the hour, so I'm going to go through the rest of my books here and we'll wrap it up. But I have a few more books for self-care. And I have in here read and pass along, right? Because I have so many books. Like I have my core books that I, just want to have close by me. But most of these books, and the reason why I don't have all the books that I want to show you is because I read them and then I give them away. And actually this one came back to me, with some with some Post-it notes in here, because I got this and I keep giving it away to my friends to read whenever I talk about this. So this book is called Chill and Prosper. It is by Denise Duffield Thomas. She is I personally think one of the greatest money mindset mentors alive right now. She is, I've met her in person. She is, I'm in her courses. Like, she's just fantastic. And I have to say that, so this was pretty cool. I have, Denise has actually signed my book. Lovely hanging with you in MIC. I got to hang out with Denise a couple years ago in New York. And she is just really inspirational, and she just attracts amazing people too. Met a lot of really cool ladies at this VIP day that I did with her. But Chill and Prosper is, okay, let me read the tagline. The new way to grow your business, make millions, and change the world. Like if any three of those apply to you, you will like it. If all three of those apply to you, you will love it. So check out Chill and Prosper. This is one of my favorite motivational business and marketing books. Like she tells you, it's very, kind of a similar theme to my book, but she really goes into like marketing and business, and she has some great stories, but she's really all about the same thing, right? Like how do we chill and prosper? How do we build a business where we're not working 15 hours a day, and we're not super super busy, but we're making good money and we're helping people and we're changing the world, right? And making millions while we're doing it. So grab Chill and Prosper if you're looking for some good reading, some good self-care reading and motivation to grow your business and make more money. Yes, Alicia said I like that it holds the phone. Yes, and extends. It's like I said, it's the best feature. You just put your phone right into it, turn it on, click record, and you have your light, right? So I love that. All right. So my next book recommendation is this book. I'm not sure if I can say this word. I don't know if it's like a bad word and Amazon's not going to let me say it, but there's a whole series of these. Okay. And I have linked here one of the other ones too. I have other ones on my bookshelf. I've read every single one of these series. Yes, I know Catherine's laughing at me because I didn't really think that through. I'm not sure if I can say that word. So I'm not going to. But yes, they are classics. I completely agree. If you've never heard of this series of books, you have to check it out. This is the first one. There's one about making money. There's one about habits. And there's one other one that I can't remember now, but they're all fantastic. I've actually bought numerous copies of these books again, which is why I don't have the other ones, because I give them away. I read them once, I give them away, and then I buy the Audible version so that I can just listen to it whenever I want. But I listen to this one and the one about money at least once a year. So grab this if you are interested in, again, it's kind of the theme of like self-care, making money, growing your business. It's a lot of what I read and what I recommend. So check out this book if you want some good reading. And we have one more book that I just could not pass up to show you guys because I bought it for, it's not really self-care for you. Well, it is self-care though, because it's all about how to be a person. And so I bought this so that I could teach my children as they get older. I bought this book a few years ago now, and I bought this so that I could make sure to know all the things that I should be teaching my children. And then when my kids are old enough, I can just give them this book to read on their own. And it's just so smart and practical. So it's all about, right, how to be a person, 65 hugely useful, super important skills to learn before you're a grown up. There are so many funny stories that I hear and that I've experienced too, where like, I don't know if anybody experienced this, but like going to college, right? When you get to leave your parents' house, if you're lucky enough to be able to go to college, I met quite a few people there that, they went to college and they're like, they didn't know how to do laundry. They didn't know how to wash dishes properly, which is like amazing to me, but not everyone grows up the same way, right? And so it kind of inspired me to buy this book because it's all just super practical things. Like, for example, on the cover, calculate a tip, have a conversation. Oh my gosh, like the amount of people that don't know how to have a proper conversation is amazing. Do a load of laundry, write a thank you note, right? Like, when should you be writing thank you notes? And so I really liked this book. I've read through most of it. And like I said, it helps me with knowing what I should be teaching my children, but then again, I'm able to give my children this book when they're old enough to be able to read it, right? Like how to set the table. I feel like a lot of people nowadays don't really know how to actually set the table properly. Like look at all those utensils. We don't really have all these utensils like every single day, every time we're eating. But let's say you're setting the table for a fancy dinner party, you got to know this stuff, right? So let me find one more. Oh, how to load the dishwasher. Man, I know people in their 30s that don't know how to do this. How to load the dishwasher properly, how to have a conversation, how to wrap a present. I'm telling you, I know people. I know definitely a lot of adults that don't know how to wrap presents. So, Alicia says, gotta run. See you soon in Facebook, Amazon, and YouTube. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you for joining. Thank you for your follow. And yeah, we'll definitely be seeing each other soon, especially on the internet. Yes, yes. Team gift bag over here. Yes, I know, Catherine. No, so oh my gosh, how to make a bed, right? Like it's so incredibly practical. So I love this book, and I classified it as self-care because it helps you learn the things maybe if you didn't learn any of these, if you missed a couple of these as you were growing up. But like I said, for me, this is just really important because I now know what to teach my kids, and if they're not receptive to me teaching it, I can just give them this book, and it's just super simple, right? It's super simple to read, lots of pictures, how to answer the phone. Does anyone have like real phones anymore? I guess, oh, it includes a cell phone. Okay, that's cool. All right. Well, this has been super, super fun for me. This is the first Amazon Live that I've done in a couple years. And so I appreciate everyone who joined live, everyone who clicked links, everyone who followed. And you can access all of these items either by watching the replay here or by getting to my idea list, which is on my Amazon storefront, which you can just click through as a smart business mom here. So yes, thank you, Catherine. You're always so incredibly supportive. I love seeing you on here. I love seeing all of you guys on here. This has been so great. I gotta say I've learned a lot, and so I do have some things that I can report back to you guys. I've learned a lot, even just setting all this up, putting all these products together. And like I said, I've done lives before, but it's been a couple years. And so make sure you follow Smart Business Mom if you want to see more lives. And I have lots more product recommendations. We're always getting stuff from Amazon. And so, the next one is going to be Mother's Day themed. My favorite gifts for Mother's Day, some of the favorite things that I have received, some favorite things that I've given to my mom and to my mom friends. And so that'll be a fun one. Christina, thank you. Christina says, yay, this was fun. You killed it. Well, thank you. I appreciate that very much. And you guys being here, supporting me, really helps a lot too. Jen says, this was really fun. Thanks for hosting this. Looking forward to the training. Yes. Christina says, see you Friday. Yes. Yep. We'll be live on Friday. Most definitely. So thank you all for joining live. And if any of these products resonated with you, make sure you check them out on Amazon. All the links are below this live stream here. If you have questions, feel free to just comment and I will make sure I get in there and answer them. Thank you everyone for joining live. Thank you for everyone who watched the replay. And definitely thank you for everyone who purchased from my live. So I've got lots of great things to report back to all of my people. And this has been a lot of fun, but it is late. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I've gone through all of my items. I think there are about 22 things in here. So check out those lists if you need some help with buying Easter items, spring items, travel items, or maybe just need some awesome practical self-care books to read. Grab those and I'll see you next time.